Hi everybody, welcome to Gentle Yoga Flow for Musicians. My name is Caryn. Today's practice will offer relief for neck and shoulder strain, for tension in the wrists and hands, and we'll do a little breath work. We'll also help to strengthen the core to promote an upright posture and relieve low back strain as well. So let's get started on the back. And if you have a yoga block for practice, just keep that handy. Everybody bend the knees and guide your hands behind your head, widening the elbows little by little. The feet to the ground, knees bent. Take a couple breaths here, just settling into your space. And next we'll start to stretch the right leg forward. Just that right leg nice and long, heel to ground. And then see how it feels to reach the left arm back. So opposite arm and leg stretching. You continue to cradle the head in your right palm. Take a breath in and lengthen here. And as you exhale, bend your right knee and lower your arm. Extend your arm back, stretch the leg. And exhale, pull the belly in as you slide the heel closer to your seat, left arm low. So we're stretching opposite arm and leg on an inhale. Little core work here as the heel glides in. If this is too much on your low back, skip the leg and just mobilize the arm and the shoulder. Let's do two more. And final round. Belly in, both hands behind the head. Let's take a moment to rest here. And then a few rounds of cow and cat in a supine position, just arching and rounding your back at the pace of your breath. And back to center. Go ahead and stretch your left leg forward, please. Extend your right arm all the way back toward the wall behind you. Take a breath in, really reach through opposite leg and arm. And as you exhale, glide the left heel in, knees bend, right arm low. Flowing together, arm and leg on the inhale, reach, stretch. Exhale, return, arm by your side, and heel to the ground. Foot to the ground. Continue. Reminder, you can always skip the low body. My body's just waking up. I'm hearing some interesting sound effects here in the joints. And of course, you can just focus on the arm movement, waking up that right shoulder. When you've had enough of this, be back with hands behind the head, both knees bent and feet to ground. And take a moment to acknowledge the energy and effort it took to get here to this practice today. Honor that effort by giving your practice your undivided attention. Next, we'll scoot the hips slightly right, sway the knees to the left. Let your chin drop toward your right armpit, couple breaths. If you'd like, you can tee the arms. Hands about as high as the shoulders. Exhale here. Inhale, center, lift the knees up. And then scoot your hips over toward the left side of your space and drop your knees heavy toward the right. If you've got that block and you want something either between the legs or under your bottom thigh, you can grab your prop for support, gaze left. Last three. Final two. Belly in as you exit, out of the twist. And a few rounds of cow and cat here. Neutral spine, one and both knees to the chest. Rock and roll up to seated. And sit however you are most comfy. Upright your torso, hands to lap. We'll exhale together. Yogis, reach the arms up on an inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Set a clear intention for your practice, something that inspires you. This might be a dedication to a loved one as well. Stay for a breath in. And exhale anything blocking you from that intention. Interlace the fingers to the webbing. Flip the palms up for a wrist stretch. Fresh inhale here. And a little side body stretching right and left. Continue side to side. Try to keep your arms straight. And when you've balanced that out, meet center, big inhale, lift. Exhale, eagle arms, right elbow under left. You don't have to cross at the wrists. You might bring the hands to the shoulders. And we'll paint little circles with the elbows. Like giving yourself a massage in the upper back and posterior shoulder here. Squeeze all the daylight out between your arms best you can and reverse those circles. Sit tall, relax the hips and knees. 3, last 2. How about one more all the way around? And then release the hands down. Just feel that beautiful circulation through the forearms, wrists, and the fingers. Couple open mouth exhales. Eyes open, reach up. Hands to heart, empty. We interlace the fingers, opposite grip. And inhale, lift. Palms to sky like you're holding up the ceiling. Stretch left and right a few times, side to side. This doesn't have to be your deepest side bend ever. It's early in class. Follow your breath. Maybe 1 or 2 more cycles. Balance out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, eagle arms. This time left elbow under. Reminder, you can always rest your hands on your shoulders like a big hug. If the double bind's available to you, wrap at your wrists. Circle your elbows one direction. Compress here. Try to squeeze all the sunlight out between your arms. After you've circled a few times in one direction, then you'll reverse. For 3, couple more. And rest. Bring your hands down to your lap. We'll practice alternate nostril breathing, and this will be a hands-free variation. Exhale through the mouth. Start to breathe in through both nostrils to prepare. Keep the lips sealed. Exhale through the nose. Do that again, in through the nose and out through both nostrils equally. We'll begin. Inhale through the right nostril. Retain the breath. Now exhale through the left side only. Inhale through the left nostril. Retain the breath. Exhale right. That's one round. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. And continue. So breath control, really important for musicians, especially vocalists, but also anyone who plays like a wind instrument. And see if you can start to calibrate that breath so it's even. Inhales match the length of the exhales. And finish the round that we're on. Next time you exhale through the right, you're complete. If you need to grab a tissue, sometimes that exercise is very productive in decongesting. You can definitely grab a tissue now. And stay for a breath in and sigh it out. Do that again. Inhale to the crown, sit tall. Audible exhale. Recross your legs the other way. Try to bring the other shin in the front. And exhale, right ear, right shoulder, heavy head. Start to circle your left shoulder to the back. And do this at your own pace. The eyes might close. How about one more or 2 more? Relax your shoulders, drop your chin toward your right shoulder, chin toward the shoulder. Keep your teeth unclenched. And now from here, chin to the chest, heavy head right down the middle, exhale. As you inhale, lift your chin skyward, look up. Exhale, retrace that line with the chin down. We're nodding the head, yes. Inhale, lift, up, up. Exhale, lower, down to the bottom. Try one more of each. Maybe back center. And exhale here. Drop your left shoulder. Circle the right shoulder a few times to the back of your room. When you've had enough of that, relax your shoulders. Bring your chin down toward your left shoulder now. Chin toward the left shoulder and the teeth unclenched, really important. Stay for one more inhale. As you exhale, lower heavy head to the center, and we'll nod up. Inhale, lift, back down to the bottom. Last round, up on the inhale. Down to the base as you exhale. Neutral, head and neck. Couple breaths and then we'll move on. Tabletop, all fours. Meet me on the hands and the knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. And now turn your fingers out to the sides of the room. If that's really easy, try turning your fingers back to face your kneecaps. We'll flow a few rounds of cow-cat here. On the inhale, arch, chin forward. Exhale, round, heavy head. Arch and round at your pace. Try to keep equal weight in both of your hands. One or two more cycles. Release neutral table and one hand at a time, reset. Next, we'll flip the right palm up, fingers toward the knee. Curl the fingers of your right hand in and out, making and releasing a fist several times. Switch sides, right palm down, left palm up, fingers toward left knee. Curl and release, curl and release. Really nice stretch for the back of the hand. Get ready for a downward facing dog. Activate your core. Hug your belly in toward your body and flex your feet. Grip with the finger pads as you inhale. Down dog, hips high. Breathe here. Perhaps you pedal out the feet or sway the hips a little bit. If you always take the same stance in your down dog, try taking a little more space between the hands and feet. And exhale. We'll walk forward, top of the mat, like you're kissing the ground with your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your spine more parallel to the floor. Try shoulders back a little more and exhale, fold. Neck traction. We'll guide the hands to the base of the skull, interlace grip. And use your thumbs to massage the back of the neck here. Keep the knees unlocked. Weight is shifting forward. Eventually the hips are more aligned above the ankles rather than way behind them. We're about halfway into this cooling hold. Couple more breaths in our forward bend. Stay for your exhale. Micro tuck your chin. Begin to roll all the way up towards standing. Feel the vertebrae stack one by one. Everybody scoop the belly in. And we'll meet upright posture, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, mountain. Reach your arms wide and high. On the exhale, bring your hands to your heart and interlace your fingers just like we did in seated. Inhale, wrist stretch, palms up. And now just lean to the right and hold. Gaze one spot, belly in, tailbone down, inner thighs hugging. One more exhale and come back up. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, eagle arms. Let's guide the right elbow underneath the left elbow. Second opportunity to wrap at the wrists here, not required. Let's just lift the elbows on an inhale and start to lower the elbows, bend the knees as you exhale, fold forward. Hands release, left foot back. You're in a low lunge on your right side. Breathe here, few moments. Light on the finger pads, more core. Everybody bring the left knee down to the mat, keep that core engaged, hands to thigh. If you can, vertical your arms and spine on an inhale, and then airplane arms with the exhale. You'll guide your torso forward on a diagonal, turn your thumbs out, and squeeze your shoulder blades in toward your spinal column. Engage the upper back. Lift your hands a little higher, feel the triceps tone. And exhale, release your hands inside of your right foot for a runner's lunge pose. Heel toe your right foot out wider toward a diagonal position. You might want a little more touch in that left quad. You can scoot the knee back, add any padding you need, like a blanket, or even doubling up the mat for any tenderness. Some of us might like more quad touch, left knee bend. Keeping the left hand down, block or floor. The right arm will reach around for shoulder and chest opening. And you might find that the hand reaches the ankle or foot, but it's totally fine if that's not happening. Remember that hopefully we're exploring this practice through a lens of observation. We're doing these poses for the simple effect they create. We're not performing. We're not going through the motions, hyper-focused on how it might look. Couple more breaths. We'll release out of the twist. Bring your palms down to your mat like shoulder distance, lift the back knee, and join me in a plank, feet together, big toes touching. If you need more stability, you're gonna lower your left knee down. Otherwise, both heels to the left, side plank. So reminder, you can always drop that bottom knee, stack your hips here, and start to reach forward just to your degree. Engage your inner thighs. Strengthening left arm and hand for 3. Lift higher 2. Downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, and then we'll move on. Inhale, prepare to walk or hop forward. Exhale, arrive top of your space. Come into a halfway lift as you inhale. Fold again on the exhale, knees bend, tuck the chin. Rise to standing, stacking the vertebrae, reach up. Hands to heart, interlace the fingers. Inhale, wrist stretch, palms to sky, basket grip. Exhale, lean to the left, just hold. Hug those inner thighs, keep the tailbone in toward the body, and try to maintain arms in line with the head. Stay for one more inhale, get tall, and exhale here. Inhale, center. Exhale, eagle arms, left elbow wraps underneath. On an inhale, squeeze and lift the elbows. Maybe you look up. Exhale, elbows down, fold over. Release the hands. Inhale, step your right foot back. You're in a low lunge on your left side lead. Give yourself a few moments here. Belly strong, light in the hands. Back knee down, hands to left thigh. Move the left shin forward. Engage the inner thighs and pelvic floor so you're not totally collapsing downward. This buoyant lift up through the crown. Now feel the low body stabilize, arms reach up, that's the inhale. Exhale, airplane your arms, torso forward, and thumbs out nice and wide. Lift your arms to their highest point, ideally where you left off. 3. Open chest, gazes forward, last 2. And runner's lunge. Guide your hands inside of your left foot. Heel toe the left foot out wide to like 10 o'clock. Feel free to pick up the back knee, move it forward or back a little to your degree. Add any padding you need. Breathe here. I'll demo that quad stretch shoulder chest opener. It's the right knee that bends. The left arm to reach. It's definitely my tight side. Let your breath support you here. Avoid forcing anything that feels too strained. Stay for like one more round of breath wherever you are. And we'll gently release. Hands inside, back toes tuck, right knee lift, plank with the feet together, hips level with the waistline. And reminder, you can always drop the right knee for our Vashisthasana. Heels to the right, left hip on top, left arm reach, toes toward the shin bones. Breathe here, 3. Lift a little higher, grip with the right thumb and index. 2, and downward facing dog. Think of a long, long spine, even if that means that you bend your knees a lot. Good. Step your right foot forward. If you're in your lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Elevate your torso more perpendicular to the ground and raise one in both arms, nice and high. Inhale here, airplane your arms. Been here before. If you want more challenge, shift your body weight forward and unweight the back toes. Eventually your heel about as high as your hip. That left hip drops down so the inner thigh is more engaged. Keep a little bend in your right knee and widen your thumbs. We're here for 3. We'll step back, warrior 2, and land lightly, no sound. Inhale, warrior 2, to the arms, right knee over ankle. Take up more of your mat space here if you can. Take a full breath in. Exhale, extended side angle pose, elbow to upper or inner thigh. We'll circle the lifted arm to the back and all the way around. Inhale at the top, exhale, circle. One more like that. And then we'll meet back at the top, breath in. Circle toward the front, keep your left side or right side body long. Inhale up and circle. One more time around. As you circle, hands to mat, downward facing dog. Whew. Exhale together, and then we'll step left foot forward, nice light touch. Feet are about as wide as the hips here, toes 12 o'clock. Level the pelvis, pull the belly in like a sit-up. Arms reach high, left shin forward. Crescent lunge on the inhale. Exhale, airplane your arms. Turn the thumbs out, engage the triceps strongly, unhunch the shoulders. You can always stay here or start to add on, transferring weight forward. Raise the right heel closer to the ceiling. Imagine you have an ankle weight on that lifted leg. Create your own imaginary resistance. 3. Drop the right hip. 2. And warrior 2, left leg lead. Widen the stance, heel to arch. Or heels in line with one another. We'll inhale, reach out, and exhale, hug the elbows behind the back. So this is another upper back strengthener and chest opener. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, squeeze a little more than you think you can. Should feel like exercise. Do one more of each, out and in. And then come to extended side angle. Elbow to thigh, top arm over. Keep the hips in the same plane. And we'll start to circle that lifted arm toward the back. Painting big circles with your hand. If you want, you can even follow the hand with your gaze. Incorporate some neck mobility. If that challenges your balance, let's reverse. Inhale every time you lift. You can always keep your eyes tracked to one spot, whatever works for your neck. Inhale at the top, exhale, reach forward, downward facing dog. Your feet are about as wide as the inner hips here. Give yourself a couple of breaths. Next, we'll walk or hop top of the mat and come into gorilla. Feet as wide as you need, stand on your palms. If that's not available, grab a block. Bring the block under the hands and palms face up. Otherwise, try to get your toes all the way toward your wrist creases here, even if that means a deep bend in the knees. Wiggle your toes, massage the hands. Let the weight shift forward and sway your head yes and no a few times. Using the weight of the skull to decompress the neck. We'll release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, belly in, rise to stand. Inhale. And bring the hands to the heart and get ready for some balancing. If you need a wall for dancer, you're going to bring your left hand to a wall. And we'll bend the right knee. Grab the foot from either side. So you might find that you get more chest and shoulder opening if you keep the palm facing out and hold from the big toe side. However, if that doesn't feel comfortable for your shoulder, you can always hold from the pinky edge, palm in. And now it's the left arm that reaches as the right foot, or the left foot grounds. And start to move your chest forward as you kick into your strong hand grip. Just a couple more breaths. Engage the inner thigh. Chin up and release. Let's actually guide that right knee in front of the body and try not to bring your shoulders forward. So as the knee comes forward, the shoulders back a little. And now open the hip. You can use the right hand for support or try lifting the leg itself. Back to center, left hand outer knee, and a little twist toward the right. Releasing my right arm behind me, thumb up, and back to center. Let that go. Both feet on the ground, shake it off. Make sure you're breathing as you hold those balancing postures so that you don't have to gasp for breath when you come out of them. I felt a little winded coming out of those. So we'll work on that together. Inhale, reach up, reset. Bring your hands to your heart, right foot ground. Left knee bend. Hold the foot from either side. You might try both ways, see which one works. And don't get too attached to doing things in a set way every single practice. From here, you might reach the right arm forward. Definitely more cardio with the arm above the heart. Kick back. Breathe into that front body stretch. Chest, shoulder, hip flexors, quad. Even a touch in the shin and ankle and toes. Firm down through the right foot. Reach a little higher. 2. And release. We'll hug the thigh. Feel the leg heavy, pulling on the shoulders a bit. And then open the knee when you're ready. Flex the toes. Maybe a little lighter touch in that left hand. Guide your knee back towards center in line with the hip. And switch your grip. Right hand outer, left thigh. Left arm might reach behind you. If that's too much, keep your hand at your waist. Get taller. Exhale, twist. And then back to center. And release. Might need to shake off the feet, the legs, little sway side to side, let that go. We'll rise mountain on the inhale, reach up, look up, and swan dive on the exhale, reach outward, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tuck, curl, tiny ball, you're on your tippy toes. Couple little bounces of the knees, feel happy, healthy. And then down to your seat at any padding that you need. Hands to the lap, breath in, easy exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, sit tall. Keep the heart lifted as you breathe out. And exhale, reach the hands forward and circle the thumbs. Circle the index fingers. Circle the middle fingers, ring fingers, and finally the pinkies. Going back the opposite way, reverse your circles. Pinkies, ring, middle, index, and thumbs. Close and open your hands a few times, pressing all the finger pads together as you exhale. Shh, 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 shh. And shake that off a few times. Meet me on the back. Keep your block in reach. And bend your knees, stand your feet. A few rounds of cow-cat here. Arching, rounding. Next, we'll slide the right foot under the opening of the left leg. It's like thread the needle, but with the leg instead of the arm. Reach down with your left hand, might be able to hold the foot. Now, if there's any joint complaints, you might want some padding under that outer right knee or thigh. You can use your block or a blanket. Everybody inhale, right arm reach away from the forward right knee. Awesome. Low back stretch, psoas stretch. We're about halfway into this hold. Just allow yourself to melt and relax into it. Efforting less and less. Before you exit, remind yourself of that dedication or intention you identified top of class. Let go of your foot, lower your arm, and then snake your right leg back to center. Take a few moments to switch sides. Left foot under, left knee wide and low. Right hand grip. So you're holding onto the bottom foot if it's available. Left arm reach back. Left knee forward. It's a great posture to revisit after long periods of standing or sitting. One side always tighter than the other. Release gently and grab that block. Stand your feet parallel, as wide as the inner hips, and exhale. Block in hand. Inhale, lift the pelvis, slide your block under the sacrum, right at the intersection of your lower back and upper seat. You can always experiment with different height options and find the position that's most serving to you today. Widen your arms, palms up, unhunch the shoulders. See if you can draw the shoulder blades a little closer toward the spine like we did in Warrior 2 when we hug the elbows toward the waist. Center your chin and enjoy. Now you could stay here or with the block at a low position. Lift one and both legs for Another inversion. Supported legs up the wall. This one great for digestion, low back relief. Relax the knees and ankles. Begin to slow down your exhales. And without rushing to move on, bend the knees. Lower one and both feet toward the ground. Exhale together. Inhale, lift your hips, but just high enough to remove your block. Exhale, lengthen your low back as you release downward. And bring the knees together so they touch. Scoot your grounded feet a little wider on the floor. And either stay here or move your hips to the right. Sway your knees to the left. Then lift the left ankle over the right thigh. Widen your arms and let your head drop. Gazing toward the right elbow or ceiling, maybe somewhere in between. Couple breaths. Release that top ankle before you lift the knees, one and then both back to center, hips left. Keep the feet wide apart. Sway the knees over to the right. Lift that right ankle if it feels good. Gaze upward toward the left. Eventually, release the top foot. Raise your legs back to center. Bring your hips to the midline of your space. And we'll find a full body stretch, arms and legs together. Inhale here. Circle out your ankles and wrists as you exhale. Make sure you go in both directions. One more breath in to stretch long. Exhale, arms wide and low by your sides. Adjust the feet so the legs form a V shape. And make any other final adjustments you need here. Comfort. And to ensure rest, no movement. Take a fresh breath in, biggest of your days so far, and hold that at the top. Exhale completely. Another inhale, hold at the top. Notice any tension build up and let it go as you exhale. Now just a sweet, calm breath, really quiet in the background. In a few moments, fidget free. Keeping your eyes closed. Bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Exhale here. Inhale, feel the belly, ribs, and chest rise. Exhale, feel the chest, ribs, and belly deflate. Let rise from the base as you inhale. And gentlest exhale. A couple more breaths like this. You spread the fingers and toes, then tighten up like you're making fists with your hands and your feet. Release to neutral, roll to one side, fetal position. Snuggle your knees up towards your body. Try to keep your head heavy as you press towards seated. Use your arms strength. And facing front. Join the palms at the center of the chest. Fingers point straight up toward the ceiling. The heels of the hands directly down toward the ground. Widen the fingers. Exhale, open mouth. Ha. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, thumbs to your third eye. Exhale, we bow humbly. Namaste. All right, everybody, that's our flow for musicians today. I hope you enjoyed and that you're doing really well. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions, and I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.